Hello, and welcome back to the Spoilercast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them. My name is Tobias, and with me, as always, is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello!
Hello! And in this episode, we are prepping for next week's hotly anticipated The Nun 2, the sequel to the prequel. Well, I mean, it is.
It is the sequel to the prequel.
Yes.
It's the sequel to one of the prequels.
Yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, we are pumped as hell for The Nun 2. Not really, but
Nah.
I mean...
But we do want to see it. We want to know what happens.
In a masochistic way, I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to talk about The Conjuring, which we've done many times before, or at least a few times before. We talked about the Conjuring universe.
Yes.
Because we talked about it in, well, not an early episode, but in a pandemic episode, we talked about The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah.
I think we discussed the Conjuring universe or the Conjuring franchise in general.
In a Patreon episode, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. And we probably talked a little bit about it in that episode.
Sure,
I
obviously.
Re-listen to it. I don't listen to my own podcast. That would be narcissistic.
No, and also that was like, it was in 2021, so yeah, it's been a while. So opinions might have changed.
Oh, well, I'm glad you said that, because today we're not talking about a specific movie, we're talking about the entire Conjuring franchise, the entire Conjuring universe, and we are ranking it. Hey!
Excluding Nun 2, of course, then, because we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, of course.
We'll add it on the Nun 2 episode. We'll just put it on a spot, perhaps?
Probably, yeah. And also, just want to say, this is not a tier list. This is not, S through F. This is from best to worst. Well, yes. I guess worst to best, I think, would be most fun. We'll start with the bad one.
Yeah, I guess. Or we're doing it, or do we talk about them in chronological order and just give them a ranking?
I think since this is mainly an audio podcast, it's easy to talk about it. That will get confusing. Yeah, exactly. So we start with the worst.
You're right.
One.
Do we agree on the worst one, though?
We're gonna have. It's basically gonna be 3 lists, because I don't think we're gonna agree on everything. I know we're not gonna agree on everything. So
yes.
It's gonna be my ranking, your ranking, and then I guess we'll try and do like a
kind of like we did
ranking.
with the Fast and Furious. We convince each other.
Yeah, exactly. So, the movies included are, of course, The Nun, of course, and then there's The Curse of La Llorona. Despite what Michael Chaves, I think it's Chaves, tried to say that it's not part of the Conjuring franchise, which is dumb.
It
literally has the priest from Annabelle, and Annabelle... from Annabelle, yeah.
Yeah.
And Father Perez.
He's in one of the Conjuring movies as well, isn't he?
No, he's not.
Not?
No.
I've seen all of them back to back now, so they're all kind of merged.
Yeah, me too. I've watched at least one every day since we said we're going to do this.
It's like 2 or 3.
Yeah. But there is a definite connection. And he was going on about, it doesn't really have a strong connection, and some of the producers aren't involved, so... What are you talking about? James Wan was involved in the story and produced it. Shut up.
And it's taking place in the same universe, so yes.
So yeah, we're including Curse of La Llorona. And then, of course, the Annabelle trilogy and the Conjuring trilogy. That's it. So, let's just get into it.
The worst of them all.
Starting at number 8. You start.
Is the first Annabelle.
Okay.
For me. That is pure...
garbage.
Yes.
Yes. I agree to some extent.
Here we go.
No, I'll say this. Wait. I have to look at my own list again? No, I agree. Yes, I agree. Annabelle from 2014 is my number 8 as well. At 1 star on...
I gave it a half star.
Yeah,
it took me this rewatch, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for the last time I saw it and the time before that, because I think I've seen it 3 times now.
Yeah.
It takes me multiple attempts to get through it, because it's so boring.
It's so boring. Yes.
I just keep making comparisons to better movies that have the exact same plot.
Yeah.
And I get frustrated with... What did you say?
Mainly The Conjuring.
Oh, well, yeah, that and Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. The Exorcist, I suppose, a little bit.
Yeah, a bit too.
Yeah.
And whenever the demon shows up in physical form, I just cringe.
Yes. They kind of ruin the mystique.
Because it's supposed to be like the most evil demon they've ever encountered.
They don't give it a name, but it is, the Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we see the horns.
Yeah.
But it ruins the mystique. The opening is pretty good.
Yeah, because they're just... Or what do you mean?
Until they move, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll give it that part.
I agree. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, because we have the neighbor's daughter joining a random cult, and the doll being a thing, and then the cult going in there, and the pregnancy being an important factor to her reactions and all that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then they turn it into Rosemary's Baby with a demon. A visible demon.
Yeah.
It's just, no.
Yeah. And it's so flat. Everything is so, especially the second half. But the first half as well, like you said, you're like, oh, the open. You say the opening, but it's literally almost like half the movie before they actually move.
Sure. But it feels like the opening because the last part is so slow.
Yeah, I know. And there's literally scenes of them just walking through corridors, not setting up anything. And the mom is called Mia and the kid is called Leah.
It sounds too similar.
Yeah, and there's dumb scares. There's nothing enjoyable about it except for the scene in the basement when she tries to get out of the basement, but she keeps coming back to the basement. That's pretty good.
Until you see the demon, yes.
Yeah, then it's a little.
But as soon as you see him, you're like, rude.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's
and
awful.
then her constant just screaming of Leah, my baby, Leah. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, I can give them a little bit of the ending, like the last climax scene there with the window.
Sure. Because that's kind of when the story picks up. You're like, exactly. There's a reason for all this. Okay.
Exactly. And it's, barely a minute long?
Yeah. And the hero of the story, Alfred Woodard, gives her life for these people she's never met.
The only interesting character in the entire movie.
Yeah. And I remember, she's not, we see her earlier in the movie when she gives the book to the mom, to Mia. But she's not really properly introduced until an hour into the movie or more.
It's the same evening when they come back from shopping.
Yeah, exactly. It's oh god.
Because that's when they start talking about her daughter a little bit.
I don't understand.
And then the whole thing happens.
Yeah, I don't understand. That's something that the Curse of La Llorona is going to be applauded for. It's brevity and how fast it gets into everything. Annabelle slogs on. It's an hour and almost 50 minutes long. Fuck you. That should have been an hour 20, an hour 15 without credits.
It's an hour 40 with credits. To be fair.
I thought it was 44. Oh, okay, whatever. That's still too long. Cut out half an hour.
For what happens in it, yes. For what happens in it, yes.
Yeah.
All of the Conjuring movies, though, get applauded for being short. Because I think there's one that's over 2 hours long.
Conjuring 2?
Yeah.
That's
about the only one, I think.
Yeah. They're all around 2 hours. It's just a little long.
They're 140... to 150, and then we have Conjuring 2 that's just over 2 hours.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I'm okay with it, because I could watch 3 movies in a day.
Also, Annabelle, and that's something, that's kind of indicative of the whole Annabelle trilogy. The actual doll has very little to do with the demon. It's just a conduit, and it's never used by the demon in this movie.
No, other than just terrifying the people, I suppose.
Yeah, and we have to remember now we're talking of this out of order.
Yes.
I watched them in chronological order, in the order that
I did place. As well this time.
Okay, yeah. So when the first Annabelle movie came out, there was only The Conjuring and then Annabelle. So we knew that the doll was a conduit for a demon. And it's not until Annabelle Creation, which came out in 2017, that we get to know what that demon is and how the doll was used.
Yeah. That helps, to be honest. The movies were all a little bit better because if you watch them in chronological order.
Actually, yes.
Because everything makes more sense.
Some reveals.
Sure.
It makes more sense, definitely.
Yeah.
But then it also makes Annabelle less necessary in the first Annabelle movie, because
yes,
what the fuck is it doing there? But anyway,
Anywho,
that's
yeah.
Annabelle.
Annabelle is definitely spot 8.
Yeah, we should pick it up a little bit because we're doing 8 movies here, and we're already 10 minutes in. So, okay, so number 7, you start.
The Nun.
Okay, I was still agreeing with you. Yes, The Nun is
yes.
awful.
Same issue there.
Awful.
Same issue there as in Annabelle. You see the monster or the demon too quickly and too clearly.
Yeah, and it also runs into the same problem that The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It does, in that it adds like additional monsters.
Yes,
I mean, it's not as big of a problem in Devil Made Me Do It, where you have the fat guy zombie. Yeah. And here you have like a bunch of nun zombies and creepy kids. There's so many though. Yeah. And they're not scary. I'm not sure what they're going for. Like, do you remember, by the way, I gave this a 1. And
yeah, me too.
I agree. I should probably change Annabelle to a half star. The Nun is the 1 star, and that's only because it looks good. Not the cinematography and shit, but the settings are cool.
Yeah, the aesthetic, like that it's a nun, that it's in a cloister, that there's a bunch of religious stuff, and you have this demon who like defiles the religion, and
I love the theme music for Valak.
Yes. Yes, there's a nice symbolism there.
Yeah,
but they ruin it by having this giant nun being so present.
Yes. It's too much.
It's not a scary demon. It's a dude in a costume.
Yeah, and do you
remember? It's a bit Scooby-Doo.
Do you remember the slogan? Like before the movie came out, it was always like, "Welcome to the darkest chapter of the Conjuring story." Yeah, and then you think, it's going to be like dark, like you're going to have like, human sacrifice, and actually like. Since there's so much religion involved in this, like maybe they're actually going to criticize, because that's something this franchise does not. They do not criticize religion. Here religion is, or at least Christianity is the good guy. Nothing wrong with that. But like, you thought some sort of darkness was going to be involved, but no, it's just another demon. Like, but that doesn't make it. How is that darker? I mean, literally, a lot of it takes place at night, and it's dark up in the Carpathian Mountains.
Sure.
But I mean, I thought they meant thematically dark. Like, it was going to be, upsetting, creepy, scary.
Based on the release date, it's supposed to be like, because it came out after The Conjuring and after The Conjuring 2, this is supposed to be the origin of the most vile demon that Lorraine has seen, which literally scared her to the core.
It's been haunting her since before the movies. Yeah.
Yes. So it's the one that has been haunting her forever, basically, or for years, and it's the one thing that makes her want to quit constantly, repeatedly at least.
But it's much
she
scarier.
Always doubts if she wants to do it. But now we get to see the thing.
Yeah, and it's just another demon.
Yeah, it's not
really different from the Ram or Bathsheba is scarier.
Oh yeah, she's
if anything,
terrifying.
It's not a demon, but I mean,
she's terrifying.
Her motivations are scarier. We'll get to that when we talk about The Conjuring, but
I never really figured out what the nun's or Valak's motivation is.
Well, I guess they go into that in the Devil Made Me Do It. It's really just demons, and just like in the good Exorcist movie, The Exorcist, it's just really to create chaos. They just really want to hurt people. There's no other reason than that. They hate people. They hate humanity.
Yeah, I guess.
That's really it,
I guess.
That's, they're really like they're the boogeyman of Christianity. Demons.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to look at it from an outsider perspective. Yeah. They don't have motivation other than to ruin people's day.
True. The worst part about The Nun, though, is the fact that it came out after The Conjuring 2, so we already have we know it's been defeated. We know Valak is no more. We know the name. We know everything, really.
Yeah. So
except for I guess the origin, which we do get told a little bit here. But
it's not even that interesting. I wanted more of that origin story then, because that's kind of dark. A guy erecting a church on solely to bring forth Valak, because he is an evil devil worshipper, and how the knights of the Templar Knights come in there, and they have to keep a constant vigil, They have never broken their
use the blood of Christ.
Yeah, they've never broken prayer for 300 years or even more. No, more. Yeah, people have been praying since the Crusade times, basically. So hundreds and hundreds of years, there have always been one or another person praying over the site. That's dark. Why don't we get more of that? No, all that happens in the last 10 minutes of this hour and 50 movie, which is just goofy before that.
It feels like a Scooby-Doo movie, kind of.
Yeah, Frenchie, I'm gonna take this cross and run around and be attacked by frozen nun zombies. Bah!
Yeah, that frozen nun zombie thing, also, why? There's details that are creepy. Like you said, the whole backstory kind of thing is creepy, and you have the blood never drying on the steps where the nun hung herself.
Yeah.
First of all, why is there blood when she hung herself? But sure. No, well, the Crow's ate her, I guess.
Crow's ate her, yeah.
That detail is creepy. Or the fact that, what's her name? Sister Irene? Yeah, Sister Irene ends up sleeping in the room where the nun jumped to kill herself. Kind of the small details.
Yeah, or the fact that it's revealed towards the end also that she never spoke to any of the nuns. Nuns have been dead all along.
Yeah, exactly. There was
the girl
no
who
one
hanged
there.
herself was the last one. Yeah, but that should have been scarier than it is. It's not creepy at all. It's just what? When it happens.
Yeah, by then you're just desensitized to the entire thing because you've seen Valak running around and strangling people physically.
Yeah, there's a lot of I'm gonna strangle you towards the end.
There's too much physical contact between the demon and humans.
Yeah.
Demons should terrify, not physically harm you.
Yeah. Once again, something they kind of use in The Devil Made Me Do It. Where they use humans as physical conduits. We'll get to that.
Yes. The Nun, number 7.
Awful.
Great premise. They butchered it completely.
Yes. And Valak is
I'll give
cool,
it that.
And they
great
ruined it.
premise. Yeah, Valak is a cool character, but they ruined it completely. Number 6.
You
Go
start?
ahead.
Okay.
No, this time you start.
I have The Curse of La Llorona.
Same.
Okay.
Hey.
Perfect. I gave it a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, same.
It's decent. Like I said, it's much shorter. Well, it's shorter. I'll say it's shorter.
It's 1:33 with credits, so yes, it is shorter.
Yeah. And I think Michael Chavez is unlike, is it Corin Hardy who directed Annabelle?
No. John R. Leonetti.
John R. Leonetti, okay. Yeah, unlike John R. Leonetti, Michael Chavez, he uses, he actually has a sense of style.
Yes.
It's kind of different from a lot of the other movies in the franchise. It's very, the cinematography is very dynamic. It actually has a feel to it. Which I appreciate, but I think it has some of the most contrived reasons for why the not demon here, the curse, the ghost.
It's a ghost,
I suppose. Yeah,
really.
A ghost attacks these children. Because if there's something these movies do pretty well, it's to give the demons or the ghosts like reasons to attack the people involved. Like,
yeah,
you don't usually go like, oh no, what are you doing? But here you do. The children in this movie suck ass.
Yeah.
Especially Linda Cardellini. What is her name? Anna. The main girl, main woman, lady.
Mom? Anna.
Anna, right.
Anna, yeah.
Her children are retarded. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
First of all, the boy, when they go to look at the first victims, first of all, why did she bring her children? I understand it's the middle of the night, and she don't leave them alone.
She don't want to leave them alone at home.
Why would you bring them to a crime scene where 2 children have been murdered?
Yeah, why not knock on the neighbor's door and go like, "Hey, could you keep an eye on my kids for like an hour or 2?"
Yeah, or honestly, just leave them at home.
They wouldn't notice if they were asleep.
If you just left quietly, they wouldn't notice. No, she has to bring them there, and then she says, "Stay in the car." But then stupid idiot brother kid leaves the car anyway.
No, I don't remember what his name is.
I don't know. Kid brother, kid sister.
Son.
I don't care. Yes, son, daughter. Idiot son, idiot daughter. And that's when he runs into La Llorona and gets cursed by her. Gets hit the mark. Later on in the movie, when the priest says, like, I've put the seeds here, she cannot enter unless, as long as the boundary is not broken.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I've been attacked by a demon ghost several times in this movie, but I really want my dolly. Oh, and she's right outside of the door where the seeds are, the boundary. How about I just lean over it to grab my stupid doll? Like, why?
Yeah.
Stop!
First of all, why not just take a step over? If you now have to get the doll. But second of all, just don't get the fucking doll. Leave the doll and get it in the morning or something.
But then, of course, she grabs the doll and that ruins the boundary and the ghost is let back in. He's like, oh, come on! There's several stupid things like that in this movie, and I hate it for it because... damn, this movie had it's different. We see a different facet of the Conjuring universe here. We don't see the classic white people Christianity. We see Latin American style. We have this almost like a warrior priest guy who's what's his name?
Raphael, played by Raymond Cruz.
Yeah, who's I guess most famously known from Breaking Bad as, what's his name? Tuco? Yeah. The unhinged drug dealer from the first and second season of Breaking Bad.
Don't really remember because I didn't really finish. Still haven't finished more than I think maybe season 2. I don't remember. Either way,
yeah. He's cool.
Yeah, sure. A little bit flat as a character because there's not a lot to him.
No, and that's a problem with all characters in this movie. There's not a lot here.
They have one thing and that's all they have.
That's all they have, but that's also because they just want to fucking move on.
Sure.
Let's get to the thing, and like the curse is put on Anna and her kids after 25 minutes.
Yeah, basically.
And then it's like
and it takes another 5 minutes for her to understand it.
Yeah. But and I remember halfway through the movie, we're ready for the finale already. And there's only been a couple of attacks, and okay, this is it. We're going to the special priest, and he'll help us. And then there's a final fight. It's effective that way, and like I said, Michael Chavez has his own kind of style of directing, and this has some pretty cool visuals. La Llorona appearing in the umbrella is cool. The see-through umbrella. Yes. The scene in the end where the kids hold up her bracelet or necklace or whatever it is. Yeah. Necklace. And you're like, oh, are they actually going to have a happy ending sort of? And then they ruin it. But once again, by this stupid kid who pulls the thing off the mirror.
No, I'm not sure. That kind of confuses me. They don't really explain anything about her mirror image thing being her seeing herself being a thing. Usually, when you show a demon their true face or a ghost, they see themselves for what they are. They turn nice again because they're like, oh, but here's the opposite.
I don't know. Yeah,
without any reason, really, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
but sure, whatever. They needed a final scare, and then
Then they go, ta-da!
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, I know it's a callback and it's a joke, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah. People even pointed that out in reviews. Like, what? He literally said, ta-da? Like, yeah, I know.
It's supposed to be like a running gag, but it doesn't work.
No.
All in all, The Curse of La Llorona is just it's nice to have a little bit of a break off from the Warrens and the Annabelle movies.
Yeah, especially the Annabelle movies.
Yeah, and by then, I mean, we only had one, The Nun, so it was fine. We got a separate kind of monster. It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
Nice to have a ghost story instead of, the all-powerful demons from hell.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I gotta say, I enjoyed it more this time than I did the first time I watched it a few years ago. So,
it still doesn't rank as high because the other ones are just progressively better.
Yeah, and this is still not. It's not a good movie. It's just
it's
better
than
fine. Annabelle and the Nun.
Yeah, it's fine.
I gave it 2 out of 5.
Yeah, same.
So
for number 5 then.
Yeah, should I go first again?
Yes, go ahead.
I've put Annabelle Creation.
Same.
Okay, at 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like Annabelle. This has a paper-thin plot.
Yeah.
And most of it is just, creepy, scares.
Yeah.
But at least David Sandberg knows how to build suspense. He is very creative as a director. So it never gets boring, even though there's long stretches of no story and just, people looking into darkness and nothing happening.
Yeah.
And then moment. The shit we hated in Annabelle, here it is at least made with a bit of, there's a bit of gusto to it. And, he's a really good director, and I hope his career is not tanked by the Shazam Fear of the God flop. I really hope he gets to make movies. Yeah, that's the same guy. I really hope he gets to make more movies. And it's not just, and not just like Annabelle Creation movies. I hope he gets to make real movies.
He obviously can work when he has the right material. He just needs to have good material.
He has to have good material, yeah. You can't...
it's nothing wrong with him, it's the material.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, Lights Out. While it's not a masterpiece, that is a really good jump scare movie.
Yes.
It has like characters and a story and shit, Whoa! Which Annabelle Creation does not. But
it has a bunch of characters, but they're all kind of vapid.
Yeah, there's no reason for the characters.
Not really.
And they're not really given a lot of motivation.
No.
That's something we're going to talk more about in the Conjuring movies, like
yes.
how important characters are, and well-written characters are, and like motivations, arcs. Not just for these movies, but in movies in general. This could be like an you could use this as a professor of film. You could like point to this to show like why is the Conjuring universe so split when it comes to like quality? Well, it comes down to writing, characters,
specifically characters. Yeah, because Annabelle Creation has
dog shit characters. Like, they have nothing. They have no personality, no motivations.
The nun is kind of nice.
Yeah, but she's barely in the movie, and when she doesn't do anything.
Sister Charlotte, yeah. No, like all of the girls are just so boring. Sure,
cannon fodder, even though no one dies.
Yeah. Which one is it? Linda and Janice, who are the kids? They're like the main characters.
Yeah, I think so.
The outcasts.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Like, sure, they have in the introduction on the bus there, they have like a little bit of an interesting dynamic.
Yeah,
because you don't know that one of them is crippled, basically.
She survived
but she's
polio,
the one taking care of the other one. It's a nice dynamic, but
sure.
It disappears so quickly because she goes, "You shouldn't pity me," and the other one goes, "Okay, bye."
Yeah, and it's not used like the love for each other is not used in the end to save Jan or something. No, she's actually just still possessed in the end.
Exactly. So what was the point of their relationship if not to do anything?
It doesn't go anywhere. It's no. It's just. I guess it's to make us care. but it's not enough to make us care.
But we don't.
No, we don't care about these characters. And the rest of them are just one-dimensional.
That's basically what I have to say about that movie. I like there's one scene I actually like, and it's the one where she goes down the escalator, the lift thing in the stairs.
Yeah.
Which though there's also the biggest like dumbass move in that entire movie is also in that scene. Just take off the seatbelt and the thing will stop.
I know.
Dumb kid.
I know. It's a little bit of that. But, like, it has, once again, like, when it comes to visuals, like, it's not completely flat like Annabelle.
No.
It has a look. And it has the scene when she's been, like, fully possessed and the father, Dermot Mulroney? No.
No, Anthony Anthony LaPaglia.
LaPaglia, right.
Yes.
I confuse him with Dermot Mulroney for some reason. I've done that before. When he realizes, like, oh shit, the beast is loose, and he walks in there, and he's like, oh, he has the cross, and then she walks into, he stands in the dining. Area,
in the dining room,
yeah, with the cross, and then she walks into the frame. And he's like, oh, demon, get out of here. And she just steps a step back into the darkness. And her eyes start glowing.
Yes.
And then you heard, and the eyes just move up. You're like, oh, fuck. Like, it's a good effect. And then it breaks his fingers to make him drop the cross. It's like stuff like that. Like, ooh, it's cool visuals. At least it has that.
Because it's not the demon in full light doing it physically, like in The Nun.
Yeah, or like in Annabelle. Yeah, we almost never see the actual demon in Annabelle creation. The closest
you see a
couple of close-ups of the face in the barn.
Yeah,
when they're screwing out the light bulbs.
You see the outline of the head at one point in the girl's bedroom, I think.
Yeah.
Because that's when you see the horns.
Yeah.
And you go, yes, it's the ram.
It's the ram.
But yeah, it's it gives a little bit of insight into why the Annabelle doll is what it is, so I guess it's...
Yeah, it's the only one that actually uses the doll properly, I think, of the Annabelle movies.
And we finally get an explanation to why the fuck the doll is the way it is, and why it has such a big impact, because it's supposedly, the worst object in the entire collection of the Warrens.
Yeah.
I still don't really understand.
Well, I mean, because it's been used so many times. I mean, three movies, where the doll has been the conduit for something.
And it's been the conduit for several families and stuff. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's experienced a lot of shit.
Yeah. So.
Number 4.
Yes. Should I go again?
Sure.
It's The Conjuring 2.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no.
Yes, and I'll
please explain.
I'll read to you what I wrote in my short little review. I just wrote it down a little bit.
This time.
Yeah. Because I hadn't reviewed this before, since I hadn't watched it since before I used
Yeah, we didn't properly start using Letterboxd until after we saw.
Yeah, I didn't start using it until like 2021. So
I think after we saw The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah,
basically,
which I didn't even review. I just gave it a score. I realized.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wrote
Conjuring 2.
I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. When watching Conjuring 1 and 2 back to back, you notice how very similar they are. Back in 2016. When the movie came out, I would have argued that this was almost better than the first one, but now I can't say the same. Some terrible acting, sorry Billy, that, once again, the kid is awful.
Yes,
and repetitive themes, repetitive from the first Conjuring movie.
Sure.
And that cringe-inducing Amityville cold open. I hate that when she walks on with the imaginary rifle shooting them.
Sure. True, yeah.
Drags this down a bit. Still, it is a very decent popcorn scare. James Wan can really craft tension. It's just a repeat of the first Conjuring. It's the same plot, basically. Just that they add You know,
British twang.
A British twang, yeah. A proper British geezer. Bottle water, Tuesday night. Everyone is so British in this movie.
Well, yeah.
They have bloody meetings in pubs drinking beer. It's like, come on. It's so... I mean, and they use... what are they called? The band, whatever, London Calling, and then they introduce London. It's like, oh god, and it's constantly raining in London. Ooh, like
it's very
much.
tropey.
It's like
there's a lot of tropes that are just a bit done. But I mean, it came out in 2016.
Yeah,
no, that doesn't help.
No, it's 2016. Come on, we knew better than that.
We know there's sunshine in England as well, you know.
And then there's, so much British in this movie.
See, I like it a little bit more because we have more of the subliminal details in this movie.
Sure, we do that, and there's
a lot of like hints because when you rewatch it specifically. And this time even more, because I've watched it a few times now, and I remember when I rewatched it before The Devil Made Me Do It, we talked about the details of seeing the name Valak within the Warren's house, even before the demon tells her name.
Yeah.
But I noticed that there's more places now. Oh? There's like not just the bookcase and not just the one time in the kitchen. There's like 4 or 5 times in the kitchen where you see the name Valak, which makes no sense why that word would be written out in their house. Unless, obviously, the demon has subliminally told her that beforehand, you know, the first time they met, probably.
Yeah.
And she has just autonomously put that name out there by moving around stuff.
Yeah.
And then eventually, when she actually asks it out loud, it's like, yes, I've told you, it's Valak. You know this.
Yeah.
Which she doesn't remember until she checks her Bible. But yeah. There's so many details, and the fact that the scariest part of the entire movie isn't actually the demon. It's the guy possessed by the demon, or the ghost possessed by the demon.
Which is also a nice twist, because you think like, oh, this is just a ghost of this evil, this nasty man. But no, it turns out the nasty man, because from like the way they describe him, he's not like a nice guy. It's kind of he was
pretty bad.
He was a curmudgeon-y old, geezer.
Yeah.
But it's nice that, turns out like, oh, he was just the lesser of two evils. He was being used by something even more evil. And
exactly.
You kind of take pity on him, even though he seems like a mean old man.
Still douchebag.
Yeah, exactly. That's I like that aspect of it. Just to show, and that's a good way to, without saying it, showing how evil Valak is.
Yes. That's where I finally understood how bad Valak actually was.
Yeah, exactly. And that's good. And once again, like the scares are good in this.
Yes.
And I like that, they introduce, the skeptics in this one, which we don't really have in the first movie. They go on the talk shows, and you have Franca Potente's character there. Which is, she's so snarky, and then she just disappears. Right when they have full proof of demons and ghosts and everything, like, no.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to show up in the movie anymore. Like, okay, that's convenient.
Yes.
And then another thing I don't like about the movie, the crooked man. Like, what is the point of that? And why do they show him so much?
Yeah, no, that's the one thing I don't like. I assumed it had to do with, like, they need to, like, make everyone scared, obviously. They can't just make, what's the kid's name? Janet be the only one who's really scared, and I guess the mom is a bit... Because the other siblings, there's one, is it Johnny?
Johnny, who almost disappears, yeah.
He's barely in the movie. He has, like, one line when he goes, no, it's like Ed said, we need to stand up to the bullies. And then he's basically killed.
Like Mr. Warren said, we need to face our fears. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, he's gone again.
Yeah, he's basically killed off, but no, they put him in a closet.
Yeah.
What do you know? And then he just comes out of the closet, and then he's gone again.
Yep.
He's not in the movie.
Nope.
that's a very weird thing. Like, why put all these children in the movie if you're not going to utilize them like they do in the Conjuring, where all the kids are involved in most of the kids. No, all the kids actually. Have scares or things happen to them or like stuff. There's substance. There's reason for them to be all there.
Yeah. I think
here it's just like, I don't know. They tried to include the youngest by making him have a stutter and then the crooked man thing.
Yeah.
But it kind of fails. The oldest sister's just the oldest sister, and then Johnny's
not there.
Gone.
Yeah. And I honestly think because Billy is the stuttering younger brother, and he is awful. He is completely... He has no acting ability, and his stutter is not like... That's not how a person stutters.
No.
Like, that's how someone does a bad impression of someone who stutters. Like, you don't go... When he's gonna say Billy, you don't say Billy. A stutter, you can't get it out. Like, I stuttered when I was younger. It's not that you go You struggle. It's almost like you have to force the word out. Billy.
He does the Tropic Thunder full retard stutter.
He says, you make me happy. Yeah, exactly. Yes, which is supposed to be a caricature.
Bad parody of it.
Parody of it. Yeah, that's what he's like. He's like, oh, where are my biscuits? Like, well, no. Like,
also, is he supposed to be like 6 years old or something? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Because he's also just, he's so dumb in the middle of all of this, like his sister being possessed and he's seeing monsters.
You're so dumb.
He's so focused on those goddamn biscuits.
Yeah.
Like, kid, get a grip.
Get a grip, kid. Get a grip. No, yeah.
Even like when he has the most terrifying scare with the one in the tent.
Yeah. He's like, oh,
he runs back to his bed. He doesn't wake up his brother who sleeps in the same room, I assume, because again, John is just gone.
Yeah, he's just sleeping through it.
He doesn't go to his mom, which is weird.
Yeah.
There's I don't know. Yeah. The whole crooked man thing and the Billy could have been cut out, but then the movie would have been what? Because it's oh no, that's true. That's the longest one. It would have been shorter. You could have cut it out.
And I think, but I was pondering this as I was watching because I was like, why didn't James Wan just say either like reshoot the scenes where he stutters, like tell him like, oh, but then realizing like, oh shit, he can't stutter. He's a terrible actor. And I just in my head I thought like, oh, the conversation was probably, can't we just cut Billy? And then James Wan or producer said like, no, because this is based on a true story.
Yeah, that's true.
Likely based on a true story.
Partially.
Yeah, which means Billy was there for real, but Billy was a real person. So then autists online was going to be like, oh, actually, if they cut out if they made him not stutter or just remove the character, they would be like, actually, Billy had a stutter, actually. So they had to keep that, like, so armchair idiots on the internet didn't go, actually.
They would be ableist or something if they didn't have the stuttering 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing a disservice to the Enfield poltergeist story. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, nobody watches these for, like, historical accuracy.
No.
That's the least of the reasons to watch this. But anyway, I think that's why they kept it in there. Yeah.
I did not put The Conjuring 2 on my fourth spot.
So, what is your number 4?
It's The Devil Made Me Do It.
Okay. So this is where it gets a little... Should we talk about The Devil Made Me Do It now, or should we... How do you want to do this?
Well, yeah. But not... Because that's the thing, though. Now we're talking about The Conjuring 2, I'm remembering or realizing more and more things I dislike about it.
Yeah, and that's what I did when I was watching it.
I still have, like... When I watched it, it was one of the few of these movies that I had to pause and walk away from because I got scared, even though I watched it in broad daylight.
Yeah, I'll say that too. Like, watching all these back to back, even though, you know, I've seen them before and I'm not really like, you know, affected so much by the worst ones, it still, like, got to me. And
there's only 2 movies that make me genuinely scared, and it's The Conjuring 2 is one of them.
Okay.
Which is why I rank it higher, because it actually scares me still after watching it so many times. When that old dude screams
"My house!"
by the TV, I jumped out of my skin, and I know it's there. I know it's coming.
It's one of my favorites as well because
I'm having goosebumps just talking about it.
Yeah, and him when the kids are walking from the kitchen, and he's just sitting there, or the whole scene where they interview him when she has the water in her mouth.
Everything about that old man is so fucking scary.
It's very effective. Yeah, I agree, and that
which is why it ramps up for me.
That should bump it up for me, but it was.
There's too many flaws now that we talk about it that makes it kind of lose points.
Yeah, so
I've put The Conjuring 2 as a 3.5 star.
I put it.
Now that we're talking about it, I'm about a 3 star.
Yeah,
maybe.
I put it at 3.
Which is the same for The Devil Made Me Do It. I put a 3 star on that one.
Okay. And I'll say this, my review for The Devil Made Me Do It, back in there, like I said, I didn't write anything, but I did put a score on it, and that was a 3 as well. So let's talk about the Conjuring 3 then.
The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah, because I'll say this, I'm not sure where I want to place this. We'll get to my controversial number 1 spot. I think controversial, if I remember our discussion last time, but
I know. I think I know.
Yeah, I think
your opinion has changed.
I've made videos about it. I have cried about it on the internet. Yeah. We'll get to that. Rewatch it, because I watched The Devil Made Me Do It today, and that was the first time since 2021. Because we saw it in the theater, and then I bought it on Blu-ray and watched it like a few months after the theater. But after that, I haven't watched it since.
I haven't watched it since we saw it in theaters.
Yeah, so it's like over 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And I remember not liking it as much as the first 2 Conjurings.
No. It's missing something.
It's missing something, but watching it back now, I think it might be the best of the Conjuring movies.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Explain, please, because there's no there's no real threat in this movie, really.
Really?
Witch, or whatever you want to call her, she seems
no threat.
Like she's just a human.
She almost kills both of the Warrens. They're actually in danger in this movie, unlike in the other movies.
There's external reasons for that, though.
Doesn't matter. No, what do you mean?
Most of Ed's issues is the heart condition.
Well, yeah, but he's possessed and almost murders Lorraine with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, that scene, yes.
Yeah. And I mean, if he did that, he would then she would make him kill himself. And I mean, he probably wouldn't, he wouldn't kill himself, but he would be broken because, killing his wife, the love of his life. But also, once again, they brought back Michael Chavez for this, and his sense of style is back. This looks so good. Unlike the first one, which is very brown looking, or I guess grayish.
It has this the old Instagram filters, a sepia tone.
Almost sepia, and the second one is just grey because it's London. Oh, London town!
Yeah, and the house is just...
Yeah, this one they decided to set a lot of it in daylight. And a lot of it almost in like this twilight hour, like sun look, the almost golden hour.
The golden hour kind of thing, yeah.
There's a lot of like play with light that way. The sun coming in through big windows, to get a lot of god rays and stuff like that. It looks great. Like,
which they show in the poster as well.
Yeah. I mean, the poster is showing the whole light play. And I mean, if you want to be thematic there, it's light and darkness, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's also mainly because it's the third movie, but this is when the Warrens as characters feels the most fleshed out. A lot of, that's a lot of nice, a lot of build of, was made in the second movie. Where more time was spent on the Warrens than in the first Conjuring.
Yes.
And here
you get to see a lot of their home life in the second movie.
And here, then they become like a good movie should have got to this point in one movie, but whatever. These are not like character-driven movies, but at this point they're so fleshed out as characters that you actually like. I mean, you care about them in the other ones, but here it's like
it's very familiar by now. Yes. We know everything about them. We don't need to have more of an character exploration or development even, because we know about them now. Yeah. They're Lorraine and Ed, like
instead of this being a story of another family being haunted, I mean, that is part of it, of course.
Yes.
This is a lot of their relationship being in the forefront. And here we come to what we talked about before, character writing. We didn't talk a lot about that when we talked about the Conjuring 2 here, but that is part of all Conjuring movies. The characters are well written, especially the Warrens.
Very much the Warrens. Yeah. The rest...
Not so much, but
iffy sometimes.
The family in the first Conjuring is well written. All the characters feel real. They have motivations. There's a reason they are where they are. Not so much in this.
There's a reason all of them exist, I guess.
Yeah, not so much in the second movie. That's why it got bumped down this time.
Yeah.
And here, you know, the family isn't that important. The original family. What's more important is, of course, Arnie. Arnie, whatever his name is, who commits...
Johnson?
Huh?
I think it's Johnson, but I'm not sure.
Whatever.
Yeah, Arnie Chan Johnson.
Right.
And his girlfriend, of course.
Yeah, and his girlfriend. And how that kind of mirrors Ed and Lorraine, because they met at a similar age. They were a little younger.
Under similar circumstances.
Yeah. And how that is then reflected, towards the end, how the power of love, which is a thing in all movies, but it's really emphasized here, how the power of love is so important. Something that's true. All the other Conjuring franchise movies miss. Like it's always
except
just like, ooh,
for the first one.
No, yeah, I meant the other, like the Annabelle movies, and like in Curse of La Llorona, the power of love should have been what saved the children in the end, but instead, the mom. I mean, sure, the mom still saves them. Like
it's still
her,
sure, but it's a physical cross to the chest.
Yeah, exactly.
In Annabelle Creation, the girls who love each other deeply don't use that love to exorcise the demon. They completely fail.
The girl just disappears, and they're like, oh, okay. Here, and in the first Conjuring, love is very important. Almost more than, like, the power of Christ or whatever. It's love. And I think that's true. They're so very strong in this. Their relationship is so strong in this. And I also, because it is the third movie, it's the third time, and they still have this very uncomplicated relationship. Like, it's never like, ooh, we need to spice it up by like, oh, there's a divorce scare or something. They do. They don't do that, but they do have like that. They're kind of absent from shit. What's their daughter's name?
Their daughter,
yeah.
Judy.
Judy. Yeah, they're kind of absent in the first movie, and they hint at that when she says, "I miss you and Daddy" in the first Conjuring, but they don't really do anything with that. They kind of fix that though, because she's gone off to college in this movie. So she's only in the beginning, after the heart attack scare. But then she, will Judy be joining you? And they're like, I don't think so, they say. And then, they're fine.
Yeah.
So it's full focus on them, which, should have always been the case, because these movies are about the Warrens.
Yes.
That's the whole thing.
Especially Ed and Lorraine, yeah.
So I love that they are the focus here, and that the power of their love is really what saves them in the end, and in that way saving Arnie.
I guess.
And I the scene in the end where the crazy lady has possessed, or I guess taken over Ed, and he's chasing Lorraine with the sledgehammer, and then her pleading to him to remember, don't remember, it's me, it's your wife, and he's released, and then thematically smashes the altar, which was ultimately what they were there to do.
Yeah.
So uses the weapon he was supposed to kill his wife with, he uses to break the curse, And there's this slow motion scene lit up once again in this golden light from the two spotlights that she has down in the cellar. Showing how it just breaks the altar in two. And how they then there's this like wide shot of him standing over her, and Lorraine's still being kind of scared because she's not sure, but then he puts out his hand and she grabs it, and he pulls her up, and it's all in this wide shot, and you're like, the two beacons of hope, the two beacons of love standing up, and it's like, that's like an iconic shot.
Sure,
that's an adequate image. What Herzog was talking about. And then the crazy lady walking into the frame and like, no, damn you. And then, in stark contrast,
Lorraine
she's bathed in darkness while they are bathed in light. It's like, it's very good looking.
The darkness breaks her.
Yeah, because then the demon takes her and breaks her neck and takes her soul back to hell.
The issue I have with it, though, is the fact that it's a human factor that is the bad guy here. We've always had demons and God being a thing, and here's just a wannabe witch.
I agree that is a little different.
It's a bit weak,
but almost. I don't think that's a bad thing, because in a way she's almost the most formidable threat they have met, because she almost wins. Like Valak was never. I mean. When Valak is revealed in Conjuring 2, they're in the bedroom, and it's literally the end of the movie. Like, you have no power here. I know your name, Valak, and it just breaks apart and disappears. It's like, that was easy.
That was all you needed to say, the name.
While in the Conjuring 1, Ed and Lorraine are never really in danger, but Bathsheba, they have to once again, they're really saved by the mother's love for her children. Like she has to fight back to because she's still in there. Yeah,
sure.
Like, and
you use
the dad.
You use Lorraine's love for her children to like convey it for her child to like convince her. Like, I know what it's like to be a mother. You know what this is.
And the dad like saying that you're stronger than this. You can do this. I love you. I love you. And that's how the mom breaks through there. And actually does not kill her child. And it's a beautiful scene.
Yes.
Which we don't have in the second one. That's also why I love The Devil Made Me Do It so much, and The Conjuring, the original Conjuring so much. They have like happy endings, and it's really like when they defeat the demon, it's kind of beautiful. Because there's this moment of hope and love that does it. The second one is just, I cast you out, demon! And then, it's kind of nice in the end. They're dancing, whatever.
You know what? You've convinced me. I moved it. The Conjuring 2 is in spot 4 now.
Okay. That wasn't... I'm not trying to. I'm just saying why I put them where I put them.
No, but you have,
okay,
so...
Good. Yeah.
So let's get to spot 3 then.
Yes! Spot 3.
Because now I'm confused. Now I don't know what I want.
Okay. So for me... For me...
Yeah, what's for you?
Number 3 is the original Conjuring. I gave that a 3.5. And that's because we've talked about this. We talked about this recently when we talked about Insidious: The Red Door. How Insidious and The Conjuring, even though there's a few years in between there, 2010 and 2013. So really, Insidious 2, which came out the same year as The Conjuring, once again, strong year for James Wan. Insidious Chapter 2 and The Conjuring. They really, I mean, jump scare movies wasn't it defined the genre. I mean, it's a bad genre to define.
Sure.
Like the shitty jump scare movie. But it's kind of funny that it was set off by two pretty damn good movies, The Conjuring and Insidious Chapter 2. It just that it gave birth to horrible, horrible sequels. But yeah, The Conjuring was it's really well made for being a cheap popcorn scare movie.
Even the jump scares are built up properly.
Yes.
They're not just, closing the bathroom cabinet and you have someone in the mirror or not kind of thing.
There are some...
It's not just those.
There are some dumb ones.
Sure.
There is the one where the mom is walking, she hears something and then she's checking on all the children. Like, oh no, everyone's in their bed. And then they just turn up the volume to 12 when the glass breaks, all the paintings or pictures fall down. And she's like, come on! And like, why doesn't anyone wake up?
Exactly. Why no one hears that apparently,
except for her. Like they wake up pretty easily other times.
But there is a reason for that. I think.
Oh, okay.
Because by then, or as early as that is, none of the children are affected. The demon is only targeting the mom.
Yeah, but they still hear it because it's
I'm
physically
not sure
throwing the pictures down the stairs.
Yeah. They do mention it later that something keeps knocking him down, but I feel like the first time, maybe it didn't really happen. Maybe she just heard it and felt it and thought it happened.
I don't know.
But they don't explain that enough, so it should be a physical thing. Yes, then everyone should have reacted, because no one sleeps through that.
Yeah.
Especially not the kid who has the room right next to the staircase.
Yeah, Christine and Nancy.
Yeah. But other than that, the whole clapping thing, the hands coming from the dark, is revolutionary almost.
So, in this genre, yes. I'm not going to call it like a revolutionary movie. I'll call it a revolutionary popcorn
but in this genre, yes.
Yeah, when you hear, want to play hide and clap, and that next to her, oh my God, that's still a very, very effective scare.
Even the one when she's blindfolded and playing hide and clap with the youngest one, and the hands come out of the closet.
Yeah. Ooh. And then there's no one in there.
She is so convinced that she heard it there.
Fuck me. And then little April goes, ha ha, which they also kind of also crank up the volume on her laugh to make you go, ah! That's
So because of the originality of it, because of the fantastically made jump scares, the attention to detail, it's a fast paced. I mean, we get bruises from the first night they're in the movie.
Yeah,
in the house.
It's well built up.
Yes, it starts straight away and it ramps up continuously.
But it's subtle. It really starts in the very first scene in the house where the dog doesn't want to go into the house.
Exactly. There's straight away you know something's wrong.
Yeah.
But
you're
the
not
one
sure
downfall to it is that it eventually becomes a little bit too much. There's too many ghosties and scary creatures, and like they read off a list of people who've died in the area which are now haunting this house.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you could have cut down. You don't need the maid. You don't need the drowned boy or something. Like, those are a bit unnecessary. I understand the witch. I understand the mother.
It is also a way to unravel the mystery of why this is happening. Because, there were earlier victims.
But they didn't have to show up as much.
They're not in the movie that much.
The maid is physically in the movie a lot. I mean, she literally attacks the cop.
Well, that's just once. She's only in the movie once.
Oh, well, you see her in the background a couple of times.
You do?
Yeah, she walks past stuff. I think she might be the one with the laundry?
No.
Or is that Bathsheba?
The laundry is the demon. Yeah.
Maybe it is.
Or Bathsheba, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, though. That's a witch again. It's not technically she summons a demon?
She sacrifices her child and professes her love to Satan. So she's just a witch, yeah. And then she curses the land and says, anyone who takes my land from me will die. And that's why people die, because the land was then cut up and sold off by the bank.
Yeah.
And people died on her land. People who took her land, like they say.
Yeah.
So that's why, really. Once again, the whole devil worshipping and demons, they're just assholes. Like, after she died,
but this time it's just a witch. Yeah, it's not a demon.
Yeah, but after she died, why would she care? No, because she just wants to curse the land before she dies.
Fuck you, bastards, for stealing my land. I could have lived here peacefully in my beyond years or whatever.
No, it's not even that. She kills her baby. Throws it in the fire, she sacrificed it in front of. I'm guessing she threw it in the fire. Professes her love for Satan, then climbed up the tree and hung herself. But before that, she said, "I curse this land. True. Anyone who tries to take it from me will die." And then she hangs herself.
For some reason, I remembered it as them hanging her.
No, she jumps up in the tree.
Well, that's true.
So she just does it to be an asshole.
Then. Yeah,
she's a witch, but she's also a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah. Which once again just like, and that's kind of why The Devil Made Me Do It is so good. That's like pure evil. Like, a demon is, this other thing, this non-corporeal thing, while a mother killing her infant child to show her love for Satan is scarier, I think.
No, yes, because it's the human aspect.
Yeah,
it's
the same thing.
The real life thing here.
The same thing with the lady in The Devil Made Me Do It. Like.
Yeah, yes.
She has so little respect for humanity that she's killing these people, possessing these people just to show her love for Satan, or I guess the Ram.
Is she part? Yeah, I was about to say she's part of the. Well, she
was introduced to all
fascinated by the
cult
of the Ram,
which is a callback to Annabelle. Because that's the Ram.
Yes,
the Ram.
Yes, exactly. Which could also be the one Bathsheba sacrifices to.
Yeah, they don't,
because the devil is sometimes talked about as the Ram.
Might be. Yeah, they don't specifically say that.
People,
but, yeah.
No, they say the devil. I mean, back then it was just the devil, possibly, and the name the Ram came later.
Yeah. Well, they say
that's just speculation, but yes,
love for Satan, and I guess
but Satan is called the Ram sometimes.
Maybe. Yeah, okay. I don't know,
and it makes sense. Either way, that doesn't change.
No, but I want to go back a little bit to The Conjuring. Say that because here we have characters that are not just cannon fodder. Like, sure, there's a lot of children in this family that, there's not, and they don't really have characters, because I mean there's 5 daughters. There's not enough time to give them all characters, but they all have something to do. They're all involved in the plot, and they have enough characteristics to at least tell them apart. Like, each child except for the 2 younger ones. I can't really tell them apart. Cindy and April.
No, you can.
You can tell them apart, but I mean, like, they're not really characters.
Wait, is April one of the?
I think April Christine
and April were the youngest one.
Cindy and April.
Oh, Christine's the middle.
Yeah, Christine is Joey King.
I kind of confused the oldest.
Oh, okay.
Because only one of them gets really affected, and that's when she gets flung around the living room by the hair.
Yeah, that's Nancy.
Yeah,
I actually don't remember the name of the oldest one.
Andrea,
right. No, I mainly remember Christine and Nancy because they're in the same room, and that's one of the scariest scenes when Christine wakes up and she says, "There's someone in the room." It's standing there.
They're standing behind the door,
and
standing right behind you.
Yeah, and Joey King, fucking trooper. What a goddamn good actress she is, and it sucks that she's kind of stuck in movies like this. I mean, do you remember Wish Upon?
No. She's done terrible movies.
Do you remember? That's what I mean. Like, do you remember Slender Man? I haven't seen them, but do you remember The Kissing Booth Saga?
I was about to say that one. Yes.
Like, no, she's so good in this.
No,
and she's great in the first season of Fargo. Like, she should do real movies, not.
She overacts at like one point in The Conjuring, though, where I just went, ooh, cringe.
Really?
Yes, but I can't remember. I should have written it down. There's one of the crying times where she just goes full ugly cry. It just went.
Yeah, that's after that scene when she says, like, when she's hugging her dad, Ron Livingston, like, they said they want to kill my family.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
I think it's so that shook me. Like, I don't know. It's just
maybe it's because I've seen it too many times.
Shouldn't fear for their family's life. That affected me. I don't know.
That's true.
Maybe it's my mothering instincts kicking in. I don't know. I was like, no.
But other than that, the entire thing about her being dragged and then seeing the thing, and then I think it's Nancy then that gets attacked by the witch on top of the wardrobe.
No, that's the oldest sister. Because
is that Andrea that gets attacked?
That's Andrea because Cindy, whatever.
Cindy sleepwalks into her room and starts banging into the
and she walks up to it, and then Bathsheba is
all of them kind of have things happening to them. April is just the sacrifice, though.
Yeah, exactly. She's the youngest.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that, and I like just like with the Warrens, the parent. I don't remember their names though.
Yes.
Roger and
Lorraine. No, Carolyn.
Like in the end, like I said, and they build this up throughout the movie, like, they're like, for this kind of movie, built up as real characters, you know.
Yes.
There are a little bit of money struggles, you know.
But they're so in love.
They're in love. That's so important. Like, love conquers all, you know?
I mean, they have a bunch of kids. They're obviously in love.
Yeah. Pull out, bruh.
You know, even like the first night, they're like, you tied Chris in the house. Like, they're puppy love almost still. Yeah. They're in the honeymoon phase still after years of being married.
After decades of marriage. Yeah, exactly. And I like that aspect. And they have good chemistry. The characters. Or the actors, I suppose. So but rewatching it this time, it's
the others are just better.
They are just better, and it's starting to show its age. I guess because we have movies that look better now. It's starting to look a little plain. Like, it's so desaturated. Like, it's so pale.
Yeah. The colors are terrible.
Yes. I don't know.
I mean, it sets the tone. It has to do with the whole them being short of money, and this was kind of like last resort thing. They're supposed to be in a decrepit house. It's supposed to be part of why they are weak, because, you know, the struggles of this move and not moving into a nice, fancy, perfect house is, you know, it tears on them.
Yeah.
A lot on the mother then, who is the weakest link because of all this, because of the move, because of having to be home alone with the kids a lot because of the dad's job.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it, but yes, it gets a bit boring throughout the movie. Like, yeah, can we see at least one pop of color in this entire film? Like, even their shirts are brown and gray. Like, come on, pick a green shirt or something. Just pop color.
So
yes,
but,
I agree.
And it also, but it does get extra points for being the first one, and really,
yes.
Well, I mean, you should deduct points because it did create the modern popcorn scare movie. Which, damn you!
But it's still the best out of them, almost. So even though it opened the door for other idiots to try and do the same thing,
even in the same,
it still outshines them all.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why it's number 3 on my list. I know, but I you know, hey, what can I say? What was your number 3?
Annabelle Comes Home.
Okay. Well, let's move on then. Because my number 2 is The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Now, we already discussed that at length.
So let's do Annabelle Comes Home then.
Just quickly recap then. The characters are stronger. It looks a lot better because it is the latest one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And honestly, I think Michael Chavez can rival James Wan when it comes to style of directing and the camera work and stuff like that, you know. And it's more like I said, it's more dynamic. Just like the first Conjuring, it's really like unraveling a mystery more than Conjuring 2 is. I mean, it is partly, but you know, I like the whole. They're you know, they have maps and they're reading through files and excuse me. It almost has like an epic feeling to it. I mean, in the middle of the movie, they're helping another police county solve another murder because it's connected to it.
Yeah, that's the one part I kind of feel is partially dumb. I hate the one where she's running around the woods.
I like that one.
Pseudo stabbing the air kind of thing.
It's not as silly as the Amityville scene in Conjuring 2.
No, that's true. But it's still silly, and the CGI is awful towards the end of that scene.
There's CGI?
The cliff.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. It's terrible
awful.
Green screen stuff.
It's so bad.
You're right.
That's the like negative points on my end, because there's points when this movie when The Devil Made Me Do It is gorgeous, but there's points where it's absolutely awful.
You're right. There is some bad green screen stuff, and and I don't want to excuse that, but I think the good outweighs the bad in that movie.
Yes. No, I understand.
And also want to say, like, I like that also they follow up, even though it's only in the movie for a little while. You know, that police chief or whatever he is, sheriff or whatever, the black guy. They do follow that up in the end when you see him go up to, they have put up a makeshift memorial for whatever her name was, the girl who fell into the water. Yeah. And he leaves some flowers there to show, like, once again, to show that, you know, yeah, even though she died, we still care about her. We remember and honor, the dead.
Yeah.
In a way to say that love conquers evil, or love conquers all.
Yeah.
And the whole ending of that one, when he has built a gazebo for her, call back to the moment the moment they fell in love, basically. Which they do a similar thing. Very good ending, to go back to Conjuring 2. Very good ending when it ends with them dancing to the Elvis song, which is a callback to early in the movie. It's like really nice. And they do the similar in Devil May Do It, but I think that's even better because it's not gray like in the Conjuring 2. Here it's actually beautiful flowers. Once again, that twilight lighting, and then the still frame. Always a still frame on them. I love that. I love that it always ends on a happy note. Not like in the other ones, where it's like, yay, we won and we're happy, and then, but maybe.
No, it's a just, pure, they are happy couple, home being safe kind of thing.
So that's why Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It is number 2 on my list. Like I said, I didn't have time to write my reviews on this because I literally watched it before we started this. So I gave it a 3 back in 2021. I'd bump it up to
it's a 3.5 now.
Maybe even 4. Nah, it's 3.5.
Then I need to know, what did you give Annabelle Comes Home?
Well, yes. So what was your number 2, by the way?
Well, my list is a bit fucked up at the moment.
Okay.
Because you're convincing me. I had The Conjuring, the original one, as number 1. Annabelle Comes Home was number 3 for me.
Okay.
The Conjuring 2 and The Conjuring Made Me Do It, Devil Made Me Do It, switched spots. So The Conjuring 2 is now number 4, and The Devil Made Me Do It is now number 2. Okay. So Annabelle is number 3, and the original Conjuring is number 1. But I'm not sure anymore.
Okay, so let's get...
You're confusing me.
That's why I wanted you to say yours first, honestly. But whatever. My number 1 is Annabelle Comes Home. I know! The third Annabelle movie.
I agree on one point. It's the best Annabelle movie.
By hands a down. Long shot.
Hands down.
Yes, god damn, bruh.
It has one of the similar issues, though, that some of the other movies that we have ranked lower has.
Yeah. Too many silly ghosts. And beasties. But I think that's a strength here. Because just like the Conjuring movies, this is like the plot is once again paper thin. It's oops, silly girl touched all the things in the room. Now all the demons are released. It's almost like shit. What's that movie called? There's like it's almost like the Goonies, but with like vampires and werewolves. Monster Squad. Hold on, I gotta look this up.
No clue.
It's a great like adventure movie from the 80s. Hold on, where they say Wolfman got nards when they punch Wolfman in the dick. It's amazing. Hold on, I gotta see. It's Monster Squad, right? Yes, the Monster Squad. You gotta watch that movie. It's amazing. Anyway. This has kind of a Monster Squad vibe, where you have like it's first of all, the first 10 minutes suck ass. It's just like how Annabelle got to the house after the interviewing the nurses from the first movie, and it's drawn out, it's dumb, and I hate it. And it's really just there so they can put Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson on the poster, really, because that's really all they do in the movie, except for the ending, I suppose. But this is really the story of Judy, their daughter.
Judy, the daughter.
She's left alone for a weekend or a night, I suppose, as they go on a little
it's one night
vacation.
when they're going away to do something.
Yeah.
I think they're going away on work.
No, it's a little mini vacation. They talk about it in the car. We should really start planning our getaway.
That's true.
And so that's it. Like, oops, stupid girl goes into the room to touch everything, which releases all the demons. That's the thing. You're not supposed to touch anything in there, which they've said even,
especially not
Annabelle.
The Annabelle doll.
And then we have our first like, oh no, why would she touch everything? Idiot, stupid kid, like in La Llorona. But whoa, here we have a reason for it. You see, she's not just, oh, I'm a stupid kid, I'm going to touch everything because it's fun and it needs to happen for the movie. She has a reason for it. She even has a reason why she's like infiltrating their little, birthday get-together.
Oh, really? Yeah.
She has like...
You mean Daniela, by the way. Yes. You're being very vague here.
Daniela, and the other girl is Mary Kate? No, she's a double name. What's her name?
I'm on the wrong movie. Never mind. I was about to say another name. Mary Ellen.
Right. Mary Ellen. And then Judy, of course. And then, hey, Bob.
Sure, yeah, we got Bob.
Anyway, we'll go back to it. So, the whole thing is, Judy is left alone, and she's going to be babysat by Mary Ellen, who has been their babysitter for a while, I suppose.
Yeah, it's they trust her,
and they're gonna have they're gonna have a little fun. They're gonna make a cake because her birthday is coming up, so they're having an early celebration, and because which
why are you recapping the movie?
Shouldn't I? Because I want to explain the characters.
Sure, okay.
Every character is so well written in this. I don't care. Like, it's so... they're so strong in their motivations and their characteristics.
Mary Ellen even? She's kind of flat, though.
No, she's the protector.
Yeah, I guess.
I talked about this in my video, Analyzing Perfection, when I analyzed the samurai scene.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, if you wanna see why I love this movie so much, that's part of it. Such a simple scene, but so effective. Anyway... the character is completely the movie is completely character driven. Like we said, they're getting together, and Daniela infiltrates this because first you think, oh, she's just gonna be the annoying, the snarky, bitchy girlfriend.
She's the bitchy cool friend kind of thing.
But then it's like, oh shit, there's actually depth to her. Her dad is dead, and she blames herself even though it wasn't her fault. So. She doesn't even believe in all this stuff until she finds out, like, oh, I have a connection to people who actually say that you can talk to the dead. How about I go in there and try to talk to my dad? And that's what sets everything off. She doesn't know what she's doing. And the demons use that against her.
Yeah. Because she's obviously weak for the whole blaming herself thing.
So she's
quite
she's
recent.
a
it's like,
perfect
6
victim.
months ago or something?
It was a traffic accident, yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't that long ago, right?
No, it's like 6 months or something.
Yeah, something like that. So she's still obviously not really back
no, she's grieving.
From all of it.
Yeah.
Which is the perfect victim for a demon.
Yeah.
And then she obviously just presents herself with open arms.
Yes.
To all the demons.
And she has this bitchy demeanor to, she's like, oh, I don't, she wants to act strong, basically.
She's masking.
Yeah, she's masking, right. Cut to Judy, who's then also, she's been kind of a non-character in the other movies because she's not really part of the story, but here they put her on her because she has realized she has similar abilities as her mother. So she has started seeing ghosts, which is kind of...
Specifically, for some reason, the principal of our school.
Yeah, because I think because she go there every day and she started seeing him. I guess that's why. Kids really only hang out at school or at their house. So
or at home, yeah.
So she is, because of that, feels kind of like an outcast because she's different, but also because of all the media attention around the Annabelle doll. The other kids have found out, like, oh, your parents are kooks, basically.
Yeah, because it's in the newspaper, so everyone's talking about it. So she feels
even more like an outcast. So... Once again, susceptible, even though it's not her who gets possessed, but, she's susceptible to it.
No, because she's still fortified by the fact that she grew up with her parents. She knows about the stuff, and she knows how to compartmentalize away those kind of emotions to not be too susceptible to the demons.
And then you have Mary Ellen. Yeah, she is probably the least interesting character, but she's also the one who has, she has a love interest. She has, she's an empath, really. Which is, she doesn't have supernatural power, so to speak. Like Lorraine and Judy, who are, or specifically Lorraine is very empathetic. She's an empath. She can feel other people's grief and sorrow.
Yeah, but she can feel it beyond death.
Mary Ellen is the same.
While Mary Ellen is...
but
she's on the living
human level,
only.
yeah. But she can clearly tell that Judy is, like, struggling, and that's why she's...
That something's wrong,
Yeah, that's why she's, kind of protective of her, and that's why she is, like, a babysitter. Like, she wants to like, in a way, protect people without even thinking about it.
Which is why she's also the only one who actually walks around and does stuff.
Exactly. And that is perfectly displayed in the samurai scene. When they're going down to Ed's office because they need to find the key?
I think it's the key. I don't remember.
And in that hallway stands the samurai suit, which we've seen in all the movies being in their room, but now it's been unleashed like everything else.
Exactly, yeah.
It doesn't... The only like power it kind of has is that it's a cursed samurai armor. So it has all the people who have been killed by the samurai who wore it, their souls have kind of been trapped in there. All the horror that the suit has seen is kind of bottled up in that suit, and that's kind of now how it can work on its own, like sucking people's souls in on its own. It doesn't affect Judy at all. First of all, because she knows it, she's prepared for it, but also because she's not an empath in that same way. Mary Ellen, however, is immediately affected by it, because she can on another level kind of feel the pain and suffering that is.
She literally hears all of the tortured souls that have been trapped in the suit,
and
she's the only one who hears it because Judy just walks past it.
And I think that is so effective because she's just staring into it. There's no blood. We don't see like eyes in there or something. It's just her staring into it, and the noise and the cutting of the flesh and everything, like people screams. Yeah. And then because Judy is prepared, she says something, and I've been trying to find out what she says, but I haven't found anyone who has actually cared enough to translate it online. I think she says Sayoko, but I don't know. I haven't found a translation for that because it might not be the right word. But anyway, she breaks the spell.
Oh, you mean the Japanese word she says?
Yeah, exactly. To kind of break the spell, so to speak. And that's also to show that, we've seen it before, but it kind of cements like, Judy knows this stuff because, because she says early in the movie, I also like to snoop. So she's obviously like learned some things.
Well, I mean, we see that in like the first movie, I think, when she comes into the room.
Yeah, exactly. So she knows things, So that's why she knows how to deal with the samurai suit, because she's read about it. She knows how they dealt with it the first time when they found it. And it so clearly defines their roles in the movie.
Yeah.
And then we have the last thing that I really like throughout this movie, they managed to implement humor without it feeling like misplaced or out of place here. You have all the scenes with Bob, who he's really just there because he's in love with Mary Ellen, so he shows up to say, like, he has a reason for being there. He doesn't just show up to be another victim. He shows up there because he knows that tonight Mary Ellen is going to be right across the street from where I live, he hears from the pizza man that there's only one way to woo a woman. Rock and roll. That's why he shows up with the guitar. That's why he's there. And I mean, as everything goes down.
Daniela has said, like, hint, hint, she's going to be just across the street from you. Hint, hint, there's not going to be any adults there. Hint, hint, she likes you. Go get it. By the way, I did find it. I don't know how you search things online, but the English words "come on, let's go" is said by Judy, but they're heard as Japanese "saiko," which then means, obviously, "come on, let's go."
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's just that because of the whole she's hearing all the Japanese stuff, so I think her brain or the samurai entity is like translating it to her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
As far as I understand, if they're correct on Reddit,
Oh yeah, I avoided Reddit. That might be why I didn't find it. Anyway. So he is like peripherally involved. He gets chased by the ghost dog,
demon dog.
Yeah, which is kind of silly. But once again, that's because he's kind of a comedic sidekick. Yeah, he's, in the midst of all the very scary stuff going on in the movie, we have some fun with Bob sitting in the hen house, being chased by the ghost dog,
It could also be because this is the only one that's actually a teenage movie.
That too, yeah.
If we want to be like nitpicky here, because every other movie has had the adults be the main characters,
and that's
here's the teenagers.
That's once again where the monster squad thing comes into play. Like, there's so many different monsters, and they all kind of have to deal with their own monster. Like, he has the ghost dog. Daniela has the wedding dress.
Yeah, the angry wedding dress.
Judy deals with, all of them, I suppose, but also mainly Annabelle, or the ram, who shows up and tries to take her soul. Because it starts with Annabelle being released from the cage, so to speak. And then Mary Ellen dealing with the ferryman. Which, that's once again, she's the weakest character, because the only connection between her and the ferryman is, she kind of looks like you when they talk about the ferryman's victim.
Yeah.
But
again, she also has a lot of affected moments with the samurai and Annabelle as well, to be honest.
Because she's
the wedding dress as well.
Pathetic that way.
Yes.
I also want to point out that I've barely talked about any scares in this movie, because while it has a lot of silly jump scares, like all these movies has, that is nowhere the most important part of this movie. This movie could have worked without scares, because the characters are so strong. It could have just been like an adventure movie, which it almost is.
I mean, there's only... I mean, the demon dog is obviously scary a little bit.
But it's also silly.
Because it chases him, but it's also silly. But like when it's on top of the car, when Judy's getting Mary Ellen's inhaler.
Look, also,
Jesus Christ.
There's a reason for her running out to the car. It's not just, I'm going to run to the car. No, she's there for... Everything is set up. That's so nice.
The wedding dress being very scary when it walks past the windows and then past
that's a good one.
Outside, but inside. Holy crap, that's a good one. And then also, of course, when the wedding dress attacks.
Yes.
Screaming, dripping blood all over the floor. Jesus Christ.
So
the wedding dress is probably the most scary one in the entire movie.
It's so angry,
It's so angry.
But then also, like we said, all the characters, so they have motivations. Do they also have an arc? Yes, they do. Daniela gets over her feelings of guilt, because of course Judy. Well, no, it's Lorraine in the end. She has they put everything back. Lorraine has talked to her dad, and says like he loves you. He doesn't blame you at all. It wasn't your fault. And it's kind of nice. They wrap up her arc there. Judy.
She kind of gets before that though, when after all this, she's like, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't care
it's
by
just
the
a
end.
Wrap up.
But then Lorraine just,
wraps it up. Yeah,
reassures her.
And then of course, Judy goes from being the victim at first. She feels like an outcast because she's different from the other kids, because she sees things, and they also bully her because her parents are weird kooks. Nobody wants to come to her birthday party because their parents are scared of her parents because they're weird. And Mary Ellen, who's she's very nice, almost to the point where she's like a
doormat.
A doormat. She actually she finds her love basically, and finds her strength in protecting others. She protects Daniela and Judy. And Bob even has a little arc where he
grows some balls.
They keep joking about Bob's got balls. And it's like, no, it's just because,
but at the end, he actually grows.
He grows a set of balls. He protects Judy from the dog, and he actually says, he professes his love for Mary Ellen, like says it right out. Bob's got balls.
I mean, he's ready to protect Mary Ellen, and it just turns out he didn't need to, because he comes running in and she's like...
But that once again makes him, the comic side character.
The comedic,
he was fully prepared. But you didn't have to, but fucking kudos to you, man.
Yeah, you did the right thing. And you know what? It got him the girl.
Yeah, so. Exactly, because he, even though he didn't have to, he proved to her that, in a situation, he would stand up for her. Once again, love conquering all this. the love Mary Ellen has for Judy. For
Daniela as well.
Forever, because she's the protector.
She saves Daniela when she's in the desk.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also not, and then
the only person she doesn't save is Bob, I suppose. Because he's kind of outside.
Yeah. And then, and it's so nice, like okay, and they're basically done by the moment, Ed and Lorraine comes back, and they're like, we're going to tell them everything. Because you think you're going to say, we're not going to say anything. Because that would be, what you usually say, because it's funny. But they're like, no, you know what? We're going to say everything.
They'll understand. They're used to this shit.
And then cut to her actual birthday. And like they said up in the beginning, none of the kids are coming. And it's kind of sad. And first time I watched it, I cried because it was so sad. Because you had all this nice build-up, and then reality hits. Like, oh shit, she's still a fucking freak outcast because the other kids don't understand her.
Because none of the other kids were there to see this.
And then, so it doesn't really matter.
Obviously, they don't know.
If a tree falls in the wolf forest, no one's there. Yeah.
Does it really make a sound?
Yeah, exactly. And when Ed says, don't worry, we'll have a party of our own. It's like, oh my God. And we haven't even talked about the performance. Grace McKenna. Wow.
McKenna Grace.
Sorry. Damn it. I always get it wrong. She's so good.
She's always
good. Troop Zero. She's the best thing in Ghostbusters Afterlife, that piece of shit movie. But she's great in it.
The one thing I hate is, unfortunately, she's not Judy in the rest of the movies.
Because they needed a prop. No offense to whoever plays Judy in the other movies, but she's not great. So they needed a
main character.
They needed a good actress in this, so they got McKenna Grace.
They got the best.
She's so good. And that movie, when she's like a wunderkind, what is it called? She's a math genius.
Gifted,
yeah. Sappy movie, but she's amazing in that movie as well. God damn, she's good.
Oh yeah.
She nails it as Judy, so that also helps to really hit me in the feels in the end. But then all the kids show up. First, of course, Daniela and Mary Ellen shows up, and she's like, "Oh, but you kind of expected it."
They promised they'd show up.
Bob is there. That's nice. But then the other kids show up because Daniela talked to her brother, which they also set this up. The main bully is Daniela's little brother.
And he has a reason for being a bully at the moment.
Because his dad died. He's also masking his feelings. And kind of taking his anger and frustration and sadness out on, the weakest kid, the one who's an outcast. But then he shows up and he's like, he says sorry because now he sees that they're both, they're connected with this thing.
Yeah, Daniela probably told enough to get him to understand that it's not her fault that she's different. You're different too, and
then all the kids show up and they have a birthday party, and I like I said, I cried the first time. I cried this time. I cried the first time we talked about it. I'm almost crying now because it's so sweet. And it's once again, it's a happy ending to a very, very scary, dark movie. It's so well written. It's like a real movie almost.
We need to finalize the list here.
Okay, I because we were kind of agreeing on the first part of it, and then I guess you just changed yours to be like mine. So yeah, that's it.
I think wrapping up because the thing is, when I made my list, I went a lot on feeling of the movie. If I'm scared, if it's well made enough to make me scared. Thing about Annabelle Comes Home, it's not made to make you scared.
It's
because it's not a scary movie that way. It's just a movie. It's a thriller, mystery, drama, kind of all wrapped in one with a scary exterior.
Yeah, exactly. It has some spooks in it, but it's almost not a popcorn scare.
Not a horror film.
Yeah. No, it's a character-driven drama.
Yeah. Which, again, The Devil Made Me Do It is also a bit more a character-driven drama with some scary aspects. Like a mystery movie,
yeah. That's why I like them.
It makes sense that they're the better ones, though, because
they transcend the shitty popcorn scare genre and become real movies almost. That's why they're my number 2 and number 1.
I'm gonna leave mine as is for the moment.
But my list is number 8, Annabelle. Number 7,
The Nun.
The Nun. Number 6, The Curse of La Llorona. Number 5, Annabelle Creation. Number 4, The Conjuring 2. Number 3, The Conjuring. Number 2, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. And number 1, Annabelle Comes Home.
Mine is the same up until number 3, where at the moment is Annabelle Comes Home. Number 2, Conjuring, Devil Made Me Do It. And number 1 is still the original, The Conjuring.
Okay. But you were...
But I think they're all rated 3.5 stars for me. The top 3.
I gave Annabelle Comes Home a 4. And like I said, my original rating for Devil Made Me Do It was a 3, and I'm definitely bumping it up to 3.5. Might even bump it up to 4th. And I want to say this: I might even put that up top, but that might just be because I was so affected by the ending and having just seen it. I think if I watch Annabelle Comes Home again, I think it's still the best one. Overall, the best one.
They both benefit a lot from being the latest movies made and released.
Yes.
Because they look the best. First and foremost, they have the best cinematography, lighting, acting, everything is just technically the best. Impact-wise, they are top, obviously. But The Conjuring still has that place in my heart.
It's the patriarch of the genre.
Yes.
The all-mother.
Yes. Not sure I can bump it because of that. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it as is for now. But we will return to this list a little bit when we do talk about The Nun 2 to just I have to process this discussion we've had. This almost 2-hour-long discussion we've had. Or the last hour was about the top 3 movies, to be honest. So we're gonna leave it as this for now.
Yes. And I'm honestly glad I enjoyed The Devil Made Me Do It so much, because I remember when that came out, I was like, no, it kind of sullied the Conjuring trilogy because it was the worst one.
I think we said that when we talked about it.
It's not as good, but I was like, why did I say just because it was the third one and it wasn't James Wan? I don't know.
We might have been very affected by the biased. That's the word. Might have been very biased.
That it almost didn't feel like a proper sequel because James Wan wasn't as involved.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, we have a very strong ending to the original demon from both the first and the second movie. Like, Valak has been there throughout the entire thing, but in the second Conjuring, Valak is destroyed. What's the point of having another movie?
Yeah, it almost felt like that. Like, why ruin 2 good movies by making a shitty third one? But now, I mean... Hey.
But looking at it like this, very good.
Also, I just want to say another thing, which is really surprising, once again, about Annabelle Comes Home. It is written and directed by Gary F. Doberman. Who the heck is that? Well, that's the guy who wrote Annabelle. That's the guy who wrote The Nun. And that's the guy who has produced most of these movies. I don't understand how you can make such a great movie, write and direct such a great movie as Annabelle Comes Home, but also write two awful movies like The Nun and Annabelle.
You know what? We talked about Annabelle and The Nun having potential. The issue is the choice to show the demon too much.
Could it be then that he's a good writer?
It's probably him being like pushed to the side once he's given them the story and the script, and they're just adding in CGI and effects.
That might be. And also that he's a better director than writer. But that doesn't make sense because the writing is so good in Annabelle Comes Home.
Or maybe just developed. He got better throughout the years because it's a couple of years at least he had to like work on his craft.
That's true.
He has more to build on now.
But it's still funny that he basically made the worst and best movie on this list.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Anyway.
Either way, this has been a long episode. Which will unfortunately continue in a week or two.
Yeah.
When we watch The Nun 2.
Yes.
Look forward to that, I suppose. I don't know what we're doing as companion piece.
Well, we in our last companion piece, we haven't really talked about our patron, but we do have a patron page where we do companion episodes to this, which you have to pay for to get them, but why wouldn't you? They're amazing. Last week, on the Patreon, we talked about blaxploitation, but specifically 3 the Hard Way, a classic blaxploitation movie. But we talked about the genre overall. Now, since we're watching The Nun, I thought we could watch a nunsploitation movie, because there's a whole exploitation genre based around nuns. Now, it's a bit raunchy, borderline pornographic sometimes, but there are some good ones.
To do it on Patreon, I guess.
There are some good ones. So I think we're going to discuss a nunsploitation movie next week on the Patreon. So,
and if you want to find out which one, check out
patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Now, most people don't listen this far, so we really should have mentioned it at the beginning. But whatever.
It's a long episode.
So once again, thank you so much for listening. Tell all your friends and family about this. Check us out on Patreon, like we said, patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. And we'll see you in the next one when we talk about The Nun 2. But until then, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
The Spoilercast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It's produced and directed by Tobias Vedén and hosted by Tobias and Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. I also want to give a huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Daniel Geiso, Christopher Billén, Laura Kinney, Mom, Dad, and CK85.